The narrative starts in Foshan, a city bursting with wealth and a rich kung fu tradition. The rise of martial arts clubs in the region has made Foshan a province known for their quality of martial arts. Having just started his school in Foshan, Master Liu, a recently hired martial arts teacher, searches for IpMan for a friendly sparring session after learning of his extraordinary kung fu skills. This exclusive conference is supposed to be kept secret, and the result won't be shared with anybody. Assuring Liu he will not reveal the outcome of their meeting, IpMan kindly helps him to his feet and escorts him out. Liu seems obviously disappointed as he leaves, his confidence undermined upon learning his Liu fist technique is unsuccessful. Later on, a party of strangers shows up in Foshan ready to question the local martial arts instructors. Leader of this bunch, Jin starts the first duel. After the match, Jin says he wants to create his own martial arts school in Foshan in order to assert dominance. A passing waiter stops, warning them that they cannot claim superiority until they have defeated IpMan, the local top martial artist. Fear driving him, Jin goes out to meet IpMan. When Jin gets at IpMan's house, he introduces himself and says they want to run a martial arts school. IpMan answers dismissively, implying that they only need to choose a suitable site and do not have to fight him to set their school. He asks they leave. Not ready to accept this rejection, Jin insults IpMan by denigrating the Foshan martial arts scene, therefore driving him into a conflict. Knowing Jin will not leave without struggle, IpMan grudgingly agrees to the fight.
Chun.
Overwhelmed and embarrassed by his loss, Jin leaves and battles discontent about his own abilities. Many years later, Japan invades China, wreaking havoc and robbing many people their livelihoods, so causing great hunger. Manufacturers and infrastructure are ravaged under Japanese control, leaving just a few functioning. With no other options and his family in desperate need of money for basic provisions, IpMan reluctantly takes a job shoveling coal. While working, he reunites with Lin and observes numerous other martial arts masters laboring alongside him. During their lunch break, Japanese soldiers approach, seeking Chinese martial artists to engage in matches against their Japanese counterparts. The officer announces that the prize for victory is a bag of rice. While Lin and several others eagerly volunteer, IpMan advises Lin against participating, expressing concern about the potential repercussions if they emerge victorious. Upon arriving at a Japanese dojo, Lin and two companions confront General Mura himself. With an air of confidence, Mura boldly challenges all three simultaneously, promising them a bag of rice regardless of the outcome. The following day at the coal yard, IpMan inquires about Lin's absence from work, but no one has seen him since the previous day. As Japanese soldiers return, seeking additional volunteers for another round of matches, IpMan steps forward, volunteering himself while pondering the fate of his friend. Upon entering the dojo, IpMan observes the execution of Master Liu, who was defeated in his match. Driven by fury, IpMan volunteers for the upcoming match, audaciously proclaiming his willingness to confront 10 adversaries simultaneously. The Japanese general, surprised by this declaration, consents, and the 10 fighters proceed into the arena. As the other combatants approach, the general interjects, inquiring about IpMan's identity and insisting that he return at a later time. IpMan merely describes himself as a mere Chinese guy before leaving with a bloodstained bag. IpMan rushes back to the mill factory to assist his friend Quan, who has been attacked by Jin and his associates. Regrettably, he comes too late to avert the assault. In his deteriorated condition, Quan beseeches IpMan to instruct them in martial arts for self-defense during these tumultuous times. Feeling impotent in safeguarding his loved ones, IpMan begrudgingly consents, acknowledging the imperative of self-defense instruction for all. Concurrently, the general, perplexed by IpMan's absence, sends soldiers to forcibly retrieve him from his sanctuary. IpMan is abruptly accosted by Japanese soldiers seeking to apprehend him. In a rapid and resolute maneuver, he vanquishes the soldiers and comprehends that staying in the vicinity is no longer secure for his family. Resolute in their quest for a new abode, they set on, abandoning their hazardous environment. The same day, turmoil ensues at the mill factory as Jin and his associates reappear, insisting on monetary compensation. Nevertheless, the factory workers, now proficient in martial arts, decline to yield and opt to retaliate. Subsequently, Jin divulges IpMan's location to the Japanese soldiers. They assemble all individuals in the mill and resort to brutality, assaulting Quan to elicit information. In a selfless endeavor to safeguard his companions, IpMan relinquishes himself to avert additional injury. As the colonel prepares to execute IpMan, the general intervenes, acknowledging the potential worth of IpMan's abilities. He presents IpMan with an opportunity to preserve his life by instructing the Japanese forces in Chinese Kung Fu. IpMan, however, declines and instead suggests a battle with the general directly. The general, disregarding the challenge, commands his men to confine IpMan. General Miura orchestrates a public duel, aiming to showcase the superiority of Japanese martial arts over Chinese Kung Fu. He hopes that a fair tournament between himself and IpMan will foster peace between their nations. As IpMan is brought in by the soldiers, the colonel officer from the previous night warns him to lose or face dire consequences. With tension thick in the air, the two opponents stand face to face, exchanging respectful bows before the battle commences. The story culminates with IpMan standing before the crowd, basking in his moment of triumph as they cheer his name enthusiastically. Suddenly, a gunshot rings out, IpMan is struck in the shoulder by the colonel officer, and he collapses to the ground. The incident incites the crowd to erupt into a riot fueled by anger and outrage. Subscribe for more dramas like this, and don't forget to like this video, it really helps the channel grow.